In 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. led over 200,000 people in a march over the Washington Bridge. The march was very successful and impactful because of the jobs and freedom opportunities that opened up for minorities and the pressure that people put on the White House administration to pass the Civil Rights Bill. Finally, this created one of the most effective ways to make a change without causing physical or property damage. The march technically started with Philip Randolph, however, was stalled due to negotiations between Randolph and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Because of Randolph, the establishment of Fair Employment Practice Committee was made to ban discrimination in defense industries. Unfortunately, FEPC was disbanded 5 years later, which made Randolph look for alternative sources to start the march again. At the time, the 6 iconic civil rights leaders joined together to lead the march we know today. The group consisted of Philip Randolph, Roy Wilkins, James Farmer, John Lewis, Whitney Young, and of course, Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah. On the same day, Martin Luther King Jr. said his iconic I Have a Dream speech. The speech was originally 4 minutes long, however, it turned into 16 minutes and was covered by over 3,000 members of press. After a decade of continued lobbying of Congress and the president led by the NAACP, plus other peaceful protests for civil rights, President Lyndon Johnson signed into the Civil Rights Act of 1964. 1 year later, he signed the National Voting Rights Act of 1965. The march is an example of leadership because 6 regular minorities stepped up together to perform the impossible. They made a change and created equality across all people for centuries to come. The movement is so powerful, it influenced me to step up and become the leader of the track and field team back in my high school. The movement inspired me so much to believe that anybody can become a leader also.